reference to poverty in the proceedings was made in two very different ways. First of all, a number of states, and I should like to mention Kuwait, Saudi Arabia, China, and India, referred to poverty by saying essentially that climate change mitigation should be balanced against the imperative of poverty eradication, which should take priority. To eradicate poverty, economic development is required, access to cheap energy is required, which, for example, would counsel against the imposition of carbon taxes or the removal of fossil fuel subsidies. And these states have based that argument in particular on the UN Framework Convention on Climate Change itself, that mentions in particular in Article 4, paragraph 7, that developing countries' commitments under the UNFCCC, I quote, will take fully into account that economic and social development and poverty eradication are the first and overriding priorities for these countries. So that position is that there's a trade-off between eradicating poverty or mitigating climate change, and that economic development, growing the metabolism of the economy in order to create growth, should take priority, particularly for developing countries. Again, those making these arguments are Kuwait, Saudi Arabia, China, and India in particular. And then there are many other countries who mention poverty, but in a very different way. And I could mention the Barbados, Côte d'Ivoire, Spain, Fiji, Ghana, the Cook Islands, Papua New Guinea, the Netherlands, Peru, Sudan, Sri Lanka, probably others which I'm omitting, and many of them are low-income countries, who instead emphasize that climate change was an assault on people in poverty.